At the shore in the small boat in a soft blue dress was Sappho. The night sea was calm, unlike the boy. His image, the shadow of me, he was me. We rowed calmly, it calmed me, across the water. She gave me a small tangerine pill. I sat back languidly. I thought we were on a dhow. It seemed so big, the sitting became luxurious. And on the sail, I could see a mycelium, a beautiful rust orange mushroom. We were going down the Yangtze, the Nile, the Orinoco, the Mississippi, through moonrise and sunset. On the island, Sappho looked more like a vision. She began to do these slow movements. I watched for a while. I didn't know what was going on, but I watched. I'm chill. I'm super cool. Then it seemed some ghost-like entities put sensors all over my body. And then there was a double of me and another. Then she came over to me and she looked at me in a very protective way. And I felt that look elicit in me all the childlike needs to be protected. And I felt my face changing and my whole orientation going into that. We stood in that for a second, and then I saw her face melt, and she became this fantastic, delicate child that needed to be protected. And I felt my face changing and my whole orientation giving into that. And what we did in the next 5 or 6 hours, completely silently, we lived out each of these symbiotic roles: lovers, friends, enemies, father, child, teacher, student, and everyone you could think of. And we reversed them. And some of them stuck us because they were so scary to accept being lovers, to accept being enemies, to really hate. But we had to accept that one before we could get on with it. And she seemed to have a beard, and well, yeah, wait a minute, it's Socrates. I tell him he has to stop questioning everything. Just chill out, fucking Socrates. We do yoga together. He loves me. We have sex in the park, in the dark, in the light of day, all the time. He loves to be with me. He speaks like 2 Chainz, right to my heart. Enjoy him most when he's quiet, but it's Socrates, you know? I mean, he likes to talk. He loves to take drugs with me. He is mature. I take him for who he is. There is no doubt, it seems to me, that there have been profound changes in the experience of man in the last 1,000 years. There is everything to suggest that man experienced God. Faith was never a matter of believing he existed, but of trusting in the presence that was experienced and known to exist as a self-validating datum. It seems likely far more people of our time neither experience the presence of God nor the presence of his absence, but the absence of his presence. R.D. Lang, The Politics of Experience. In my silence, I have not lost myself. I think of exile as a kind of psychosis in the sense that it splits away. It comes apart from this idea of a whole, the citizen, the nation, the family, marriage, the job. Even the outcast, the outsider, gives credence to the idea of an inside, that which is within. We can begin from the concept of a unitary whole, but no such concept exists, nor can any such concept be expressed within the current language system of psychiatry. Am I exiling myself? Why pretend I am in exile? Why do I desire this exile? Why not join the club? The exile has a secret sense of superiority, yet an even deeper sense of shame that they do not belong. They don't speak the language. They are not conversant. Why not learn to speak then? Speak forth, speak on. I make myself mute. They can talk to me, but I can't talk to them. I refuse them because I refuse myself. If only they could hear me speak. How well I speak. Quietly, I start to sing. My mouth opens. It is not words that come out. Instead, long, rolling syllables. There are no words but longing, a lament, a pleading. Now, I am at the Metropolitan Opera, singing. Sappho's school devoted itself to the cult of Aphrodite and Eros, and Sappho earned great prominence as a dedicated teacher and poet. A legend from Ovid suggests that she threw herself from a cliff when her heart was broken by Phaon, a young sailor, and died at an early age. Other historians posit that she died of old age around 550 BC. Rather than addressing the gods or recounting epic narratives such as those of Homer, Sappho's verses speak from one individual to another. They speak simply and directly to the bittersweet difficulties of love. Composed to be sung to the accompaniment of a lyre. At this point, I didn't know where I was, in what body, in what country, in what person, in what place, in what mind. All of it seemed not to matter. I was everywhere and nowhere. At this point, I didn't know where I was, in what body, in what country, in what person, in what place, in what mind. All of it seemed not to matter. I was everywhere and nowhere, just a bit stream in the ether. There was no more inside and outside, no borders, no death, no belonging. There were just upgrades, one after another. This life and this world and nothing beyond, as it goes on. In what mind? In what place? In everywhere and nowhere. Everywhere and nowhere. I'm everywhere and nowhere. Nowhere. I'm everywhere in underwear. I'm underwater. I'm swimming. I'm singing. I am in the mic. Mic check. Mic check the mic. Mic check. There was no more inside and outside, no borders, no death, no belonging. This life and this world and nothing beyond. No borders, no death, no belonging. No death, no borders, no place, no country, no mind of its own.